Hello and welcome to yourlocalnote.com. We've got another podcast, and we're featuring Jake Goodman this evening. And we're going to be talking with Jake in just a second about his music, his EP, his new album that he's working on, all that good stuff. But I want to remind you that this is the place where you can find local artists here in the Philadelphia area. We play them 24/7 on our stream, and you don't even have to be at our website or on a computer to do that. You can do that through your phone with our apps. You can download it on an iPhone or on an Android phone. They're absolutely free. All you do is go to their respective stores and type in YLN, download it, and you've got nothing but the best Philadelphia area music right on your phone. All right, coming up next, we'll talk with Jake Goodman, and we'll talk about his EP, Circadian Rhythm, and then also his new album that he's going to be working on. But let's hear The Climb first on yourlocalnote.com.
It's just that I was so caught up in my head. Now I think I'll let it go instead. 'Cause one more thought and I'd be dead. Cause one more thought and I'd be dead.
The song is called The Climb. It's from the EP Circadian Rhythm, and that was Jake Goodman on This Is yourlocalnote.com. Jake, welcome to yourlocalnote.com.
Thank you for having me.
All right, let's talk about this song first, The Climb. What is it about?
So basically, like the crux of it is my friend whose basement we used to hang out in like all the time in high school. He's got like a bunch of guitars on his wall, and eventually he got this mandolin, and I'd never played a mandolin. I don't know anybody that plays mandolin.
Okay.
And so when he went to school, and I was just kind of stranded at home for a few weeks,
right?
Yeah, I asked him if I could just borrow it and just see what happened. So he gave me the mandolin, and at like 1 in the morning one night, I was bored, and I was like, I'm gonna open this thing.
Right.
So I went into my kitchen, and I sat up on like the cupboard, and I just kind of started jamming with it and learning chords. It's not that hard if you know guitar. It's like,
okay,
it's the opposite. It's just upside down pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I figured out how to play some chords, and then I just kind of jammed and quickly put a song together about, basically this is about kind of like just being on the up. Like most literally. Yeah. And just kind of what happens when you have like distance from like a painful thing, like the objectivity you get, that sort of like lens. It's about that. And
you become smarter about the mistakes you've made in the past.
Yeah, and maybe just even like sympathizing with that like opposing force to a degree, you know? So I did that. And then the music, originally I just kind of recorded the mandolin and me singing, and then it kind of became this cool, fun production exercise. So I wanted it to be sort of a climb. I wanted it to be like this musical.
Okay.
So I started like just playing with what I have in my bedroom, because I don't have a drum set or anything. So I have this Rubbermaid container with like sweaters and blankets and stuff, and I use that for some drums.
Nice.
And some tambourine, I think the shaker, and a synth bass because I have a keyboard. And
you have good acoustics in your bedroom?
Not really. Not really. Yeah, but so that's the music.
All right, very cool.
Did the lyrics for The Climb, did that come to you while you were in the kitchen with the mandolin, or is that something that came later?
Good question. I think that like first verse kind of did, and I just kind of penned that down quickly, and then like the next day, because it was 1 a.m,
you expanded on it, right?
So
right,
I came back the next day, I was like, yeah, all right, so there's an idea, and I guess I can flesh that out.
Cool.
All right, so you're going to college now. You're at Drexel University.
I am.
Did you? I mean, obviously, you started music when you were really young, especially compared to me. This is something you did as a child, or did you pick it up in high school? I mean, when?
I played piano. I played like classical piano at first when I was like 6. And I did that for 2 years because what 6-year-old wants to play Bach?
Right.
So then, in like 5th grade, or 4th grade, I got a trumpet. I played that for 2 years. Then one of the valves like melted in over the summer because I guess it got really hot in my bedroom, and I just didn't like it enough that it was worth repairing. But I also got a guitar in 5th grade, and so that was kind of...
That was it. 5th grade, fell in love with the guitar.
Yeah, I'd rather play like AC/DC than Bach.
Okay. So speaking of that, is that influences? Who were
influences? I guess AC/DC, sure. But Dr. Dog is one of my favorite bands. Mm-hmm. My Morning Jacket, Wilco. I'm listening to this band Springs. That's really good. A lot of Philly music. Hezekiah Jones is awesome.
Springs is the project that Carl Bonner worked on for a short time.
Yes, you're right.
He was talking to us about that the other night.
Yes. Carl Bonner is a guy that we work with and has been on a podcast with a band.
Oh, cool.
The Day Life is his band that he works with. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you've had some influences there. You're going to Drexel University. You're a music major. How does that work?
It's a music industry major is what it's called. And so like this first year is you guys kind of figuring out if you want to go the tech track or the business track. So I'm just getting a bunch of like, just pretty much like a comprehensive education of music and the business around it.
Now, you talked about recording a song in your bedroom. Is that something that you enjoy doing, or is that something that you do because that's basically really all the opportunity you have at this point?
I enjoyed it. I think it's like more, maybe like, I don't know if inspiring is the word. It's more like...
Natural?
You're not like inhibited. Like it gets intimidating sometimes if you're in a studio and there's just like a lot of like this sterile, like it's just very nice. You're not like I'm gonna hit a Rubbermaid bin in the studio, like you're not like daring. So like,
so you're not intimidated by this studio, are you? You're
no, it's
comfortable?
nice. It's cozy.
Okay.
I do like this. But I like doing it. I did an EP for my like senior project, and I just wanted to make like this over the top like big rock and roll band, and I called it Man Tractor. And then this was like another batch of songs that I had, and I called it Jake and the Goodman because it was like an old joke we had when I used to jam with a few friends in high school, and it wasn't really a band. I play with like, there's one other kid on there that plays.
Oh,
like,
really? You play
some
all the
drums.
other
I'm
instruments?
everything on that except drums.
Okay.
So it was kind of just like funny to name it Jake the Goodman. But now I'm doing the new album, and I have a band, and it is Jake and the Goodman.
And it is okay. Very cool.
Nice. Now, that Circadian Rhythm, you then mixed all of that yourself as well.
Yeah, in my bedroom.
So where did you start actually working with editing and mixing the music together?
So my friend, we had a little band in like part of middle school and high school, and we mostly did like covers, and we wrote a few songs. But at a certain point, my friend got like a Pro Tools rig, and we would record covers, and he would keep us up till like 3 or 4 in the morning. We'd do it like, we'd start maybe at like 10 or 9. And then he'd mix till like 4 in the morning, and we would always be bored, and I didn't really like it.
Oh, really?
And then like eventually I got like a little more involved, and the more you keep doing it, it just kind of became enjoyable. And then I bought a Pro Tools system. And
now, do you find, since you have so much control, since you're writing the songs and now you're mixing the songs, how much change does that cause for you? Like, are you able to just stop, at your final product, or you find yourself tweaking so much? You mentioned staying up like real late in the morning. Like, is that a problem for you, or do you enjoy that?
I like it, yeah. I'm like, because when you write the song, you know in your head how it's like supposed to sound. So just the idea of like giving all the music I record to somebody else to like let them interpret, I feel like you lose some of that like initial like spark, for me anyway.
Okay, so so then do you use, other people just for some advice with your music? Like, do you ever give your songs out and be like, what do you think? Do you like this or do you not like this?
Well, I was lucky enough to like be taught by this guy who's pretty big in the Philly music scene named Andrew Lipke, and he's just a genius. So every time I wrote songs, I would take lessons with him pretty much like once a week, and I'd show him a song, and he would always have like nice advice and help me like see what I was doing from like a different perspective. So that was definitely something I trusted. But like I don't really like feel the need, I guess, to just like send it out to people. I just kind of do it for myself. It's just kind of like a fun thing.
All right, so Circadian Rhythm, we'll go to the next song here, song number 2 off that, which is Summertime. So what can you tell us about that song and what it's about?
So it's about it's kind of like it delves in like the subject of spirituality, but it's not like a statement. I'm not making some like religious statement. It sort of just was good for the story. It's kind of like this character who's just like put through like a very testing situation, and he never really like thought about God. He was just like, well, maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Why should that matter?
Yeah.
And he was like, when he gets to that like point, he kind of wishes maybe he had tried just for like the sake of survival in like the most literal sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we are talking with Jake Goodman. The song you're about to hear is called Summertime on yourlocalnote.com.
Summertime, when the weather's dry, there's no way for me to get home. Hear me, Lord, from my own dashboard. I'm praying that I'm not alone. I know that we've never spoken before, but I know that I never opened the door. Rest in peace, my misery. I've waited for so long. Days have passed, and now to breathe and gasp. I'm feeling so far from strong. I know that we've never spoken before, but I know that I never opened the door.
That is Summertime. He is Jake Goodman, and this is yourlocalnote.com. Now, going from Circadian Rhythm, where you wrote and played all the songs for the most part on that, to now working with a band on your upcoming LP, talk about how the songwriting process has changed for you between the two.
Yeah, it's fun because basically the songs all kind of started I wrote everything pretty much between like August and like October, November. And it just kind of all started on acoustics, and then I would record a few demos and send them out to the rest of the band, and we'd get in a room and just kind of jam, and it was nice. It was nice to bounce ideas off other people who are also like very talented musically.
Yeah. So how did that? Were they mostly into the songs that you were writing, or was there any not flashback, backlash?
Backlash. That's a good word. Yeah.
No, there's no strife. It was all.
That's another good word. Look at this. Wow.
It was all positive. Yeah, it was just we were all kind of we just kind of wanted to be creative with it. It wasn't.
How long have you known these guys? That's
so the guy's playing drums. His name's Stefan. I've known him since first grade.
Okay.
the guy's playing bass on the album is named Gabe Nathans. I met him in 8th grade. I think we started jamming.
So you've known the band these guys in the band for a while.
Yeah.
So it's kind of easy. They have an idea of what your style is, what you like.
Yeah, we've all like those two guys I've developed. Like we've all kind of developed musically together.
Okay.
Like we've been playing forever, so it's.
So you trust their take on things.
Yeah, and we're all kind of like open to exploring things musically. There's not like a no, that'll never work.
Okay.
Problem. It's always kind of like, well,
let's just give it a shot and see how it sounds.
What we can do.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's nice.
Now you're just coming off a successful Kickstarter campaign where you got more than double of what you were actually asking for, so that must be exciting.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was just kind of like a shot in the dark because we played a show over winter break. I thought maybe if I played a show that could fund mastering. Yeah. And it didn't. I remember when we left, I thought we had enough that it would master it, and then I talked to people and I was like, okay, clearly this is not enough at all. But yeah, so I did the Kickstarter thing, and I was like, well, maybe this will work, and if not, might as well try. Like, why would you not try it?
Right.
And then it ended up just like within a week, I think within a day we met the goal, and then by like a week we were at like maybe 4,000 already. It was
nice.
It was crazy. Are
you going to use the extra money to invest in the sound?
Yeah, it's all. It
all goes to the album.
Not all to the album, but I guess like a promotion and like gigs.
Very good.
Maybe like some merch and other stuff.
When do you think the album will be done?
I'm hoping sometime like middle to late June, and then just kind of play a lot this summer to promote it. Yeah. You're
going to let us know when it's ready to go so we can tell people?
Absolutely.
All right. Very cool.
Now, back in the fall when you were writing these songs, was there, how did these songs really get born? Where did you get your inspiration to write these songs on this upcoming album?
I was listening to a lot of like kind of psychedelic, kind of like Americana, like whatever that middle ground is. Just like good songwriting, but with like experimental kind of sound, like just not the norm sounds, like not just like two guitars and bass and vocals and stuff.
All different types of instruments.
Yeah, so like especially now, a lot of the songs are pretty much like done being tracked except for vocals, and so I'm kind of going back and just adding like this little extra spark of just that like last like 10%, whatever that is, just like some interesting things. But yeah, I guess the songs were born just me playing acoustic guitar in my dorm.
So you go with the music first, the riff first. That's where the idea for the song comes
from.
Usually,
yeah. I'm not like
big on lyrics.
Well, I'm just not the kind of like writer that does lyrics first and puts that over something. I kind of like music first, or just kind of they are born together. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm not enough of a poet to just go lyrics first.
Do you try to get some help from your band members on lyrics, or is that something you still handle that basically?
No, yeah, I do that.
Are you writing fiction? Are you drawing from experience? A little bit of A, a little bit of B?
I think some of them are just sort of stories. But like the stuff that's personal, I try to like. I like universal or like relatable lyrics.
Sure.
But so yeah, my like own personal situations are in those songs, I guess. But it's just you wouldn't know it, I don't think.
You use a little poetic license to expand on things.
Yeah.
But you're still looking, something that happened in your life could still be sort of the centerpiece of that, and you just expand on that.
Yeah, I mean like that. That first idea, I guess, comes from something I experienced. Then it kind of becomes a question of like, how can I flesh this out more? Do
you feel yourself growing as a songwriter from Circadian Rhythm to the new album?
Yeah, totally.
How do you feel you've grown?
Just like not holding anything like sacred. I think that's really important, to just be willing to kind of like destroy what you make. Like to go back and just.
Well, what do you mean? Okay, explain. Meaning you have a song and then you're listening to that and you're like, you know what? I'm just going to go in the opposite direction of this, but you still take some of it with you.
Well, just like being able to take like big musical risks and not really care. Like there's a lot, I've written a bunch of other songs that aren't on anything. Like they're just songs, and because they're not good enough to be like recorded for anything. But I think it's important to do those songs too, just so you get.
Okay, to see where you can go with
something unique, yeah.
Okay, I get that. You're exploring, and if it sounds good, if it starts to sound good, then you work with it. If it's not feeling right, then you just put it aside.
Yeah, my phone's just like full of little 1-minute ideas.
Oh, really? Very nice. Let's go to song number 3, Jake. It's called "Looking Up." Let's talk about that. "Looking Up." What is that song about?
So that was actually going to be on the new album. But I originally wrote it just for like the EP, just to record and write. It's just kind of like like a love story, that sort of thing. But
Was
yeah,
it, was it about? Was it from experience, or is this just something?
No? This is just kind of like I think it's just like a breakup, but there's from like two perspectives. There's like the first verse is from the perspective, I think, of like an older person and like what that means to lose someone at like a very old age. And then
Right.
the second verse, plays from like a younger person's perspective. And the bridge is just, it says kind of like it doesn't get much easier, which is cool, I think.
Okay, doesn't matter how old
Yeah.
you are. It's breaking up or losing something is just never easy.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. All right, the song is called Looking Up. It's from the EP Circadian Rhythm, and we've got Jake Goodman with us on yourlocalnote.com.
Lying here looking up, think I'll drink this last cup. The room is spinning round and round. Feel so lost, feel so down. Well, it's hard to be sure that I love anymore. I can't get out of bed. I don't want to see my friends. Everything feels so plain. I just want it back again. And now I know I'm not tough. I just miss my first love. I am young. I am young. I am young. It doesn't get much easier when I'm so sad that I gave years to her. She's not who I thought. I saw her burn, she's just the face. I can't get past how I thought it would last. Well, I know I'll be good when I let go. I should let it go.
The song is called Looking Up. That's Jake Goodman, and the EP is Circadian Rhythm. And of course, have you come up with a name for your new album that's going to be coming up soon?
I have not.
You have not.
I have not.
Now, where did you come up with Circadian Rhythm? Where did that come from?
I guess just because it has the word rhythm in it, and I made it in my bedroom. You know, like circadian rhythm is like your, it's like your dream.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna
It's better than Rubbermaid, I guess.
That's good. All right, so you still have to come up with a name of the title track. Are you going to use a song, or is this going to be something that you'll probably just come up with something else?
It might just end up being like eponymous, just like Jake and the Goodman or Jake Goodman or something.
Okay.
If I can find a cool name, I would do that.
It's all about cool names. So
Yeah.
maybe we can have people give you suggestions.
I'm open.
There we go. All right. Then let's talk about where people can find your music.
So I'm on Bandcamp. That's like the main store, I guess.
Okay,
and I think it's just jakeandthegoodman.bandcamp.com. On Facebook, facebook.com/probably Jake and the Goodman. And I think Twitter is actually Jake and Goodman because the was too many letters.
Jake and
It's
Goodman.
kind of short.
Yeah, yes, we know that. Very cool. Any other places where they can find your stuff? got to be kind of tough being, because, I mean, you do have a band now, but you've been doing everything yourself. So you're writing music, you're producing the music, and then trying to come up and taking care of the social networking.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's got to be tough, but it's something that, is fairly important, I think, as far as marketing is concerned.
Yeah, definitely.
Letting people know. So you're probably going to have to get someone from the band to be designated as the social network person. Mike handles that for us.
Now, when you're playing shows, has it always been these guys that make up Jake and the Goodman?
So we've actually only played one show with like original material, and that was over winter break. That was like the fundraising show. And then in the summer, 4 out of the 5 of us played my friend's garage just for like a summer barbecue, and that was really fun. But I've played with Stefan and Gabe like as long as I've played music with people.
Okay, so once this LP is out, you guys plan on hitting the road and playing some shows?
Definitely lots of Philly shows for sure. It would be fun to go to like other cities too. I think it's like important to get like a focused thing going in like your hometown first. Yeah,
right.
That's what we're here for. So when you find out what shows you're going to be playing, just let us know and we'll throw them up on the site.
Definitely. Thank you.
All right. And now you have these songs all almost recorded. You said you got about 10% more done to go. What do the guys think now that you have the final product? Is everyone excited? Did it turn out to be what you thought it was going to be when you first started with these songs?
Yeah, like it kind of like just reached that point. It was really comforting because for a while you're missing like so many tracks. You just have like these certain tracks, but you're listening to those, so like you think, oh man, these songs are like crap. like cause it's not what you thought it was. But yeah, now everything's like, now the majority of things are like on the recordings. It's finally like the way I heard it when I wrote it, and that's really exciting for me.
Excellent. All right, well, the last song that we're going to have on the podcast, you're going to actually perform it in studio for us. Which song are you going to be playing?
It's a song on the new album, and it's tentatively titled Easy to Say, but we'll see what happens. Okay,
so that might change.
Yeah.
So have the lyrics changed at all? I mean, are the lyrics going to stay the same?
Lyrics will be the same. Well, I first called it The End when I like sent it out to the rest of the band, because I saw it as being like the closing song. It's really like this mellow, sort of pretty song. So I was like, that would be a nice way to close it. Now I'm not sure, because it's a lot of...
I guess that falls in the last 10% of this recording process.
Yeah, making all those decisions.
The name of the song, yeah. What is it about? Anything in particular?
Nothing personal. It's just kind of like a nice story. It's kept kind of open. Like you're kind of allowed to interpret what the story is. But yeah, it's just kind of about like feeling like shame or regret for doing something bad to somebody else.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for talking to us.
Thanks for having me.
Learn more about
Appreciate it.
The closing song is what's the working title now?
Easy to Say.
Easy to Say. Well, that is easy to say now that I know it. So we will end with that. We'll give you a couple. Well, so we're just going to go into it. So I guess
what you'll do now, because we have more editing to do.
Yeah. Thanks. I'll just close it out then.
Yeah. What you'll do now is just say, we're going to close it out with Jake live, but before we get to him, and then do the usual spiel.
Okay.
You got that?
Got it.
I'll edit this.
As long as I don't have to say Circadian Rhythm again. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so as you get set up to play this song live in studio, let me just remind our listeners that we have new podcasts like this every week, and also you're going to want to download our iPhone and Android apps so you can stream music from these artists and bands 24/7 on your phone, and not just on the front page of our site, which it's also located. Go to our site, go to yourlocalnote.com for upcoming shows, go to it for music news. Anything and everything about these bands will be on our site. So we've been talking with Jake Goodman. You've heard songs from his last EP, Circadian Rhythm, and now you're going to hear a live performance from Jake in studio. The song is called Easy to Say, and it'll be included on his upcoming LP. This is Jake Goodman, and the song's called Easy to Say on yourlocalnote.com.
I drove you away. I'm sorry for lying. I did not mean what I said when I left you crying. What did I throw away? I'm feeling nothing but shame. The words were easy to say when I was dying. Don't think you had me misread. My love was undying. Something I never said. Thank you for trying. What did I throw away? I'm feeling nothing but shame. The words were easy to say when I was dying. The words were easy to say